Hello dear friends, we are studying non-linear partial differential equation of order 1, and last time we have seen different types of integrals of a partial differential equation, which are complete integral, particular integral, general integral and singular integral. So these and how to obtain these integrals that we have seen. Now we shall consider some standard forms of PDE, non-linear PDE of order 1. So these forms are first we are considering function of PQ, P and Q is equal to 0. Then we will consider Z is P into X plus Q into Y plus a function of P and Q, and then we will consider another relation in terms of this PQR, that is function of Z PQ is equal to 0, and further function of X and P is equal to another function of Y and Q. So these are some standard forms, and then we will consider the general method, which is also known as Charpit's method. So these we are considering one by one. So this is the standard form 1 we will consider. Standard form first is function of P and Q is equal to 0. Function of P and Q is equal to 0. Here we can see x, y, z are explicitly absent, and the function is only apparently it is function of P and Q, and it can be written as function of PQ is equal to 0. And we consider this or that is x, y, z are explicitly absent. Apparently they are not expressed in this equation. Consider the equation f of function of P and Q is equal to 0. Now we will suppose this as 1. The complete integral of 1 is, it is of the form z is equal to a into x plus b into y plus function of a and b, or plus a constant c. This is our it is of the form, we will verify this, z is equal to a into x plus b into y plus c, where a and b are connected by a relation. By the relation function of a and b is equal to 0. So why this is so, that we shall verify for or since. For from 2, what we will have, if we differentiate z partially with respect to x, then we have partial derivative of z with respect to x, which we denote by p, is a, and partial derivative of z with respect to y, which we denote by q, and this is equal to here you see b. Differentiating this, dou z by dou x is a, and similarly partial derivative of z with respect to y is b, and that is p is a and b is q. So if you put this in 3, what we get? Putting this in 3, we get that means we put a is equal to p and b is equal to q in 3. So what we get is f of p and q is equal to 0, which is equation 1. And hence this 2 and 3 together give complete integral of 1. So this is the method for this type of equations, partial differential equation. Whenever the equation is in terms of only p and q, then x, y, z are explicitly absent, then its solution is complete integral is of this form, where a and b are connected by this same type of function, f of pq here, f of ab here, a and b here, and that is 0. So thus this is the complete integral of 1. Now in this complete integral, b is, we shall assume b, a and b are related by this equation, function of a and b is 0. So from 3, we can write b as, b is function of a, where phi is arbitrary function. Phi is not arbitrary function, but b is expressed in terms of phi. Phi will not be arbitrary because b value is given by third equation, and therefore putting this into, we get z is equal to, see, a into x plus b now is phi of a into y, and plus this is complete integral of 1. Complete integral CR of 1. So thus we obtain the complete integral. And now we will see how to obtain general integral. Now to obtain general integral, we will consider C is this constant. C is function of psi. Let C is equal to, it is function of A, and that function we shall denote by another notation, that is psi. Here we have denoted B by phi, here we shall denote C by psi of A, and this function is now arbitrary, where psi is an arbitrary function. Function of A. And now if we use this value of C in fourth equation, then this becomes, this complete integral becomes. So using this in 4, then from 4 we have z is equal to a into x plus phi of a into y and plus psi of a. Now we suppose this as our fifth relation or fifth equation. Now the general integral, to obtain the general integral, so we shall differentiate phi with respect to a. Now differentiate partially, differentiate phi partially with respect to a. Now what is the partial different derivative of with respect to a? This must be 0. Z is not a function of a, and it is function of x and y. So if we are differentiating with respect to other variable, it is to be treated as constant, and therefore its derivative is 0. Partial derivative with respect to a of a into x, that is a derivative of a is 1, x is to be treated as constant, so it is x. Here y is to be treated as constant, derivative of phi of a with respect to a is phi dash a into y, and this is psi dash, that is derivative of psi of, and this is our equation 6. Now what we have to consider here, in general solution there should not be a arbitrary constant, so we have to eliminate a between 5 and 6. This is it is in terms of a and function of a. This is also in terms of derivative of a. So therefore a can be eliminated from 5 and 6. Eliminating a, 5 and 6, we get the general solution. General, we are saying integral, general integral of 1. General integral of this equation 1. So that in this way we can find out the general integral. And now what remains is a singular integral. So we consider further part as a singular integral of this. We need the fourth equation. See, for from the fourth equation, we will consider the equation as z is equal to ax plus phi of a into I plus c. And there we have to consider c as a function of a again, and then we will have to differentiate. So this relation is the complete integral. This is complete integral, and this is to be considered in two arbitrary constant a and c. So we have to differentiate this z first with respect to a and next with respect to c. So we write differentiating for partially with respect to a and c. We get again the partial derivative with respect to a, this will be 0, z, derivative of z with respect to a, and this is the partial derivative of a is 1, it is x, plus, and this is pi dash of a into y, and c, that will be 0, partial derivative of c with respect to a is 0, this one. And what about the next relation? Partial derivative of this fourth relation with respect to c, and that is again 0, left side. And what is right side? We are differentiating partially with respect to c, all others are to be treated as constant. So this derivative is 0, derivative of this term is 0, derivative of this term is 0, and derivative of c with respect to c is 1. So that is 1. And thus we observe that this is impossible, this is absurd. The second equation is absurd. Is absurd or a contradiction or not possible. And therefore, the singular solution or singular integral does not exist. Therefore, a singular integral does not exist. In this case, that is standard form 1. Or which is f of p and q is equal to 0. So thus, for this standard form 1, we have seen how to write the complete integral, which is this, and then from complete integral we can obtain, if it is asked general integral, we can obtain the general integral by this procedure, or this we have written earlier also. We should consider c as a function of a and then differentiate this with respect to a and eliminate a between 5 and 6 to get the general integral. And one thing is to be noted, singular integral does not exist for this. So only two integrals are possible, complete and general integral. Now we will consider some problems so that this will be clear, more clear. The procedure will be clear. First example we will consider as solve So examples on this. P square plus Q square is equal to N square. This is the first problem. So solution for this, the given equation is, we should write it in the standard form first. And we know the standard form first is f of p comma q, or f of p and q is equal to 0. And right side should be 0, so therefore this n square we shall transfer on the left side. P square plus q square minus n square is equal to 0. So this is our given equation. Same equation we have written in this form, function of p and q, right side 0. And the complete integral of this, we have proved earlier, the complete integral is of the form z is equal to, so the complete integral of 1 is z is equal to a into x plus b into y plus c, where we should denote by this by 2, where f of a and b is equal to 0. So this is we have verified this because the p is from this differentiation, a is p and b is q, and therefore we put this here, we get the same relation, f of p and q is equal to 0. Now f of a and b is equal to 0. This implies, now what will be function of p and q? It is in terms of this first, and if you write replace a p and q by a and b, we get a square plus b square minus n square is equal to 0. So this is by 1. From this we write the equation in terms of a and b in place of p and q, and this implies we have to write the value of b as function of a from this. So therefore we write the value of b as b square is equal to b square, shift these two terms on that side, it will be n square minus a square, and this implies b is equal to under root of n square minus a square, taking the positive value, and we put this value of b into, so we have written this, put the value of b into, we get the complete integral. So that is, putting this in 2, or insert this value in 2, we get z is equal to, z is a into x plus b is root of n square minus a square into y and plus c. So this we will denote by 3, and this is complete integral, the complete integral of 1. So thus we have obtained complete integral. Now we will go to general integral. So to obtain general integral, so what we have to consider is c is a function of a, another function of a. Let c is equal to psi of a, where psi is arbitrary function. General integral involves arbitrary function, and therefore we have expressed c as function of a, and therefore 3 implies, from 3 what we have, z is equal to, see, this will be, z is a into x plus, no change in first two terms, under root n square minus a square into y, and plus c we have denoted by psi. Now what we have further written as this is our next equation, and differentiate this partially with respect to a. So we number this as in serial order, that is 4. Differentiate 4 partially with respect to a. What we will get is 0 is equal to partial derivative of z with respect to a. 0 partial derivative of a into x with respect to a. This is 1 into x. And now what is partial derivative of under root of n square minus a square? By the formula on differentiation, root of this. So it will be, you see, under root x derivative is 1 over 2 into root x, and therefore this will be 1 over, or the derivative of inner function is again minus 2a divided by 2 into under root of n square minus a square. We verify this. This much is the derivative of root of n square minus a square. This 2 cancels and negative sign becomes plus psi dash. Finally, that can be written as 0 is equal to x plus a upon root of n square minus a square into y plus psi dash of a. Now suppose this as phi. So what is final? Eliminating a from the last two equations, we get the general integral. So that only we have to write. Eliminating a from eliminating a from last two equations 4 and 5, we get the general integral gi of 1. So here what is the function that we have not particularly taken, and therefore we have to write only the procedure how to get the general integral. So this is the procedure to get the general integral, and the complete integral is already obtained. So in here, to solve this equation means we have obtained both the complete integral and also the general integral. Now we will consider some problems to obtain complete integral only. So that we will have together as a few examples, simple examples. Find complete integral. Complete integrals of, first I shall consider as root p plus root q is equal to 1. Second, say p square minus q square is equal to n, or that can be considered as we are n square we have just now considered, and therefore we may consider this lambda p square minus q square. And third one is p into q is equal to k. We'll have these one by one. Solution for 1. See, this is the given equation here. Function of p and q is, so we have to first observe the form, whether it is in the standard form 1. What is the standard form 1? F of p and q is 0. Now this can be written as root p plus root q minus 1 is equal to 0, which is of the form 1. And the complete integral is, complete integral of 1 is in the form, it is fixed. Z is equal to a into x plus b into y plus c, where function of a and b must be 0. Now what the last implies, function of a and b is 0 means, look at the first equation. Function of p and q is this one. So replace p and q by a and b, and that gives root a plus root b minus 1 is equal to 0. From this, what we require is the value of b in terms of a, and put that value again in the complete integral. So that this implies root b is root b is, shift that on right side, 1 minus under root a, or this gives b is squaring both side, 1 minus root a whole square. And now put this into. So we can write as putting this into or using this into, so we get z is equal to a into x plus b is 1 minus under root of a whole square into y plus c, and this is the complete integral. Complete integral of 1 or the given equation. Now here it is not asked to find the general integral, but if it is asked, then we know as earlier how to obtain the general integral. If it is asked the only complete integral, see, the answer is sufficient. But if you want to find general integral, then we shall consider this as the next equation 3, and let here c is equal to psi of a, function of a, and thus 3 implies z is a into x plus root of 1 minus it is 1 minus under root a whole square into y plus psi of a, and this will be our next equation. Differentiate for partially with respect to a. So what that gives, so this 0 is equal to x and derivative of this plus 2 into 1 minus under root a into derivative of inner function, that is minus 1 over 2 root a into y plus psi dash of. Differentiation of this partially with respect to a, and this will be our fifth equation that can be simplified to cancels, and this is negative sign. So and eliminate a from 4 and 5, we get the general integral of 1. So this is only the procedure that we have to write if general integral is asked, and if complete integral is asked, this is the answer. Now you consider the next equation as second one. Here what is f of p and q? It is p square minus q square minus lambda, and that is equal to 0. So the complete integral is z is a into x plus b into y plus c, where function of a and b is 0, and this implies function of a and b is 0 implies this is function of p and q from 1, a square minus b square minus lambda is equal to 0. This is by 1, and that implies the value of b square is equal to a square minus lambda, and that is b is under root of a square minus lambda, and we use this in second. So putting this into, what we shall get is z is equal to a into x plus what is b? B is root of a square minus lambda into y plus c, and this is the complete integral ci of 1, and this completes the second problem. Now for the third, you see what is the function here. F of p and q is p into q minus k, and this is 1, and the complete integral is again the same, where f of a and b is equal to 0. Now what f of a and b is equal to 0 implies, function of a and b, that is a into b minus k, is 0. So here it must be 0, and this is equal to 0. And thus this implies b is, what is the value of b is k divided by a. And put this in 2. Put this in 2, what we shall get? A is, z is a into x plus b. B is k upon a into y plus c. So this is the complete integral of 1. So in this way, the method is easy. The problems are also simple to solve. We can find out the complete integral. The procedure is fixed. Now try yourself this example. Find complete integral. Or here also you can add q is equal to e power negative p divided by a. For this fourth, you should try yourself. Only the part we have to consider is, here a is used, and we are using a, b, c as constants, so arbitrary constants, so therefore we have to use another constants. The given equation is, here we can write a function of p and q is q minus e power minus p upon a is equal to 0. That is 1, as like this. And what about the complete integral? We should assume z is equal to, instead of ABC you may use alpha beta gamma, alpha x beta y plus gamma. Why this is the change? Because a is there in the original equation, so we can't use a again. And where instead of a and b, it is alpha beta, where alpha beta equal to 0. And now you see what the alpha beta is 0 implies. So this implies beta is q. You see, beta minus e power negative p is alpha divided by a is equal to 0. And this gives the direct value of beta as e power negative alpha upon a. Put this value in this second equation, and that is our complete integral. So problem is actually solved. So this is about the first standard form 1, which is function of p and q is equal to 0. And we have solved some problems. So remaining problem you try yourself, and also the second form we will study in the next lecture. Thank you.